The raindrops fall.
Where the wind almost blows the sheep off the dike sideways, there's no holds barred, particularly for surfers coming to the North Sea beach where the huge storm tides crash against the coast.
Gepeitscht.
And where there are surfers, VW vans won't be far away. Generations of them have endured sand, salt and water here, some no doubt getting bogged in the soft ground. At least these two are spared a similar fate. That's because the T6 boasts VW four-wheel drive as standard and a powerful 150 PS turbo diesel. Allow us to introduce you to the striking Terracamper Terock 2, which, by the way, has been elevated and equipped with underride protection by Seikel, and the more restrained Campmobil HK 4.9. These two are in their element here on the beach. Unlike their drivers, who soon admit defeat to the elements and withdraw to their dry beds. Tomorrow's another day.
Morgen ist ja auch noch ein Tag. A very good morning to you from St. Peter-Ording. Naturally, we slept in the vans here in this VW van mecca. So, what have we brought with us? First, we've got a camper van from Schwerin, short wheelbase, pop-up roof. And here parked next to me we have the new Terock 2. We want to have a look at what the vans can do in this wonderful autumn weather. Of course, the first thing I have to do is tidy up. I slept in there and now I have to pack away the bed.
While Martin is packing away the bed, it quickly becomes clear how roomy it looks inside the camper. The layout with the kitchen in the rear is not really typical for the VW van, but it works.
That's it, done.
There's no sign of movement in the Terock 2.
Hey, get up! Look out of the window, the tide's coming in, we have to get going.
Why open the window if there's a second sliding door? But now things really do need to get moving as the water is rising really quickly. But that's not a problem either for Martin Hemp of Terracamper, who stores his sleeping quarters in no time at all. Typical Terock, ready for the outdoors, uncomplicated and no compromises.
Before we really have to make our way to higher ground, we have actually been given a storm flood warning. As you have seen, although we have pop-up roofs in the vans, we both slept on the ground floor. Martin, tell me, you also have a bed that you can simply use without putting up the roof? Exactly, the Terock has always had a bed down below, but with the new Terock 4.0 we now also have a bed with a bed extension installed into the rear. It's great in locations like this with a stronger wind. You can sleep in the van cozy and quiet. So you just have the one bed, it just fits one person? Yes, the bed in the Terock is 1 by 2 meters. In an emergency it would also be okay for 2 people, but we intended it to be a single bed. As a 3-seater, the Terock has been designed for 3 people, 2 up top and 1 below. Naturally, I had an advantage. The camper van is designed for 4 people, and if I put the cushions at the side, I even have a 1.3 meter sleeping niche underneath, a point for me.
Time to get moving now, but not before having a bit more fun.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. The wind will speak, a change will come.
There's not really much else to say about the driving performance of the vans, except that there aren't any problems at all. Only the pop-up top of the Terock, an in-house design by Terracamper, gives it a slight advantage. The SCA roof of the Campmobil falters a little when it comes to wind noise. But now, on to a different race on slightly higher ground. How fast can the pop-up tops be put up? The Terock also has a slight advantage here, as operating the tension belts in the 4 corners of the SCA roof is somewhat awkward, and the in-house development in Viper Green Metallic also offers another special feature, which is really unique. Terracamper calls it the open skylight, a type of sliding skylight in the pop-up roof. Another good feature, the bedding can stay where it is when the top is down, thanks to the high roof design. Having said that, Terracamper charges the pretty hefty sum of €13,900 for the aluminium roof, including the skylight. But once you've had a taste of the outdoor feeling, you're not going to want to go without it again. Another important feature of both vans, which puts the Terock even more in the lead, is its absolutely infinite variability. Pivoting, opening, swivelling, reconstructing, modifying. The Terock has always been well known for this. So do you have to be a handyman to go on a trip with it?
Well, not really a handyman, that's not exactly the right word, but you do have to be a bit technically minded. The modularity and the variability offer you 1,000 possibilities, but that's what makes it so appealing. After a relatively short period of time, no two customer vans look the same. Every customer starts to individualize their vehicle, which makes it fun to see the van again. Keyword modularity. The pop-up top does come in different variations. I don't have to take the relatively expensive roof with the open skylight at the front. I can leave that out. Exactly, there are now 3 pop-up roofs to choose from. The normal flat one, SCR raised at the front, the flat open skylight open at the back with the open skylight, and then we call it the extreme open skylight roof, completely made of aluminium with the corresponding extra height. It's no longer suitable for the garage, but it's suitable for container. It has a thick mattress and you have the option of leaving the bedding up there when the top's put down.
And the Campmobil HK 4.9? The vehicle manufacturer from Schwerin relies on the tried and tested for its roof. But it's inside where the van really shines with the amount of innovation built into it.
The conversion of the van has really been done with a lot of attention to detail and lots of fantastic ideas. We've been able to see that really well in the Terracampervan. It's no different in this Campmobil, just not quite as technical, rather in a more attractive and cozy way. A few mahogany strips here, but this vehicle is also bursting with clever ideas. I'll show you just a handful of them. I'll start with the table. It's well stowed away while driving, and I can fold it out here when I need it, like this.
Dann kann ich ihn einklappen, wenn ich ihn brauche. Zack. Aufklappen.
And then I have enough space for all 4 in the vehicle. The second feature, the van has 4 regular seats with seat belts. There's one belt here, a 3-point belt, and the second is hidden behind here.
Und der zweite, der ist hier hinten versteckt. Wenn ich ihn
For when I don't need it. You can hardly see it, but when it's needed I can put it here and I have a second 3-point belt.
Wenn ich ihn brauche, wird er hier hinten umgelenkt und ich am zweiten 3-Punkt-Gurt.
And to make sure I can sit comfortably as a 4th person, I've got an armrest. And if it's in the way on the weekend, there's a compartment at the back for it, and that's easily done too.
Ist auch die wieder erledigt.
And one thing you always need is storage space, particularly in a box van. Because the pop-up roof lifts up so far at the back, it has over 2.3 meters headroom. They think you don't need it here. So what do you do then? Well, you make a double floor. And you can then put the boxes straight in. It's welded aluminium and waterproof. You can put your wet shoes into it without any problems and they disappear where they can't be seen.
Und da verschwinden, wo ich es gar nicht vermisse.
2 last things directly in the sliding door. The first is there's a small wire with a padlock so I can secure the door again, and here next to it is a clamp
Und hier
cleat.
daneben, Segler werden das kennen, da ist eine kleine Curryklemme.
And if I thread this through here, I can secure the door in any position for ventilation and nobody can get in. It can be so simple.
So einfach kann es eben sein.
But that's not all it's got up its sleeve when it comes to the variety of ideas. There's more in the boot.
Das fängt ganz einfach mit dem Tisch an.
I'll start with the table, which I can simply fold out here or I can put it anywhere else I like.
Auch überall sonst hinstellen.
I can access the storage boxes, which can also be reached from the inside. I can simply unload my shopping straight in there. And when I want to cook, I just get out the stove.
Dann hole ich mir den Herd nachher draußen.
The connection for the gas bottles is behind here. And I also have excellent access to the wardrobe, and when I need new fresh water, I simply take off the submersible pump and have a rolling canister.
Dann nehme ich kurz die Tauchpumpe raus und habe einen rollbaren Wasserkanister.
And while our test candidates make their way to the car wash after their saltwater bath, we answer the most important question: what is all this going to cost? The basic version of the Terock 2 is around €74,000, while the Campmobil scores points at €63,000. The test vehicles with the optional extras are even further apart. €75,000 for the HK 4.9, €119,000 for the Terock. Underride protection, Seikel chassis, the alcove in the rear, and so on push up the price significantly. But in the end, personal preference will be the deciding factor. The more restrained, cosy motorhome on the one hand, and the extremely variable technical vehicle with a better roof on the other.
Besseren Dach.
You can also find 12 pages with a detailed comparison in the Explorer 2017-18 Winter Edition. By the way, we have lots more films here on our YouTube channel, including another VW van comparison.